Hi guys, this is your boy Martin, and today we're gonna talk about these three bikes plus the RT. And actually the topic is what is the correct bike or best Can-Am on road for you. I personally have received so many questions. Martin, I'm about to buy, and what should I buy? Should I go for Ryker or Spyder? Shall I go for F3 or F3 Limited or F3-T? Or shall I go from F3-T or RT? And these are the better cases, okay? Somebody asks me or go on the forums, ask these questions, and then make a wise decision. I have seen so many people buying RTs, so many people buying Rykers and throwing 5,000–6,000 euros easy, and then ending up buying F3 because the Ryker was not enough for them after 1 month. I have seen stories buying F3 and it was not enough for them, and they ended up buying RT because they are very happy to go on the roads with the wives or loved ones or whatever. Actually, my friend bought RT. He was always an RT rider, and then he tasted what meant to be or what it is to ride a F3s upgraded by MartinTheVlogger. So guys, today's topic, what is the best bike for you? My personal advice, my personal questions that you should ask yourself before you're buying. Now guys, enough of this, let's get started. All right, how to start, how to catch this topic, what to tell you, what not. Still, this video cannot answer all of the questions, and in case you have some, feel free, MartinTheVlogger.com, there is a contact section, email or WhatsApp. At the moment of January 23, I'm still able to answer all of the questions. I don't know how long it will stay, but it's like it is. Now, what's my first advice? My first advice is accept and understand what the bike has to offer to you. So don't try to build something from the bike that it's not meant to be. What I'm trying to say, don't try to build a touring beast from the Ryker, because the key purpose was never about that. Of course, everything is possible. Even rebuild these trikes into single lane motorbikes, everything is possible, and sky is the limit. But do you know what I'm trying to say? Understand the key values, the key characteristics, and rather spend money in improving those characteristics in case they are not enough for you as a basic what you have bought, rather than trying to rebuild the bike into something that it is not. I'll give you straight away an example. Ryker was a great example. Many people are trying to build a sport beast out from it, and I will get into it in second part of the video. The Ryker, the nanny, the sensors, it's just simply not possible. It's not. You can put turbo, fuck it. You can go straight very fast, and what then? Then it's corner, then you need to brake. And so it's not built for touring. Two up, it's not. It's fun. You can do it. You can go for the craziest trip. I can go to Bali and live in a tent, and I can be in the Bali. Great, but would it make me super happy? Maybe 20 years ago. So you know what I'm trying to say? So these are the things you need to understand. The questions that you should ask, and I'm going on the next bike, so you're not bothered with one look only. So the questions that you should ask is that, of course, what type of budget you have. I mean, if you have 10K in your pocket, and I don't want to talk about used bikes and stuff like that, that's a different story. But in case you have 10K, you cannot expect going into a dealership and buy RT20 plus. It's simply not there. But apart from really the budget and knowing your limit, have a look what of those characteristics you would like to upgrade and extend, comfy seats, steering, you know, whatever, and see like at the end how much it will cost you. There is a very tiny gap between going super crazy, let's say with the Ryker, again I'm there, and buying F3. And F3 has it already kind of included in the basic price, you know. And same goes going for F3 and buying F3 Limited that is very close to the RT20 Plus. So first thing is budget, and have a look what kind of offers and upgrades are giving to you in those special series, okay? 2, what type of rider you are. Are you a cruising rider? Are you sporty rider? Are you, lazy to shift? Would you love shifting? That's very important, because Ryker's, again I'm there, doesn't have a gear change, okay? Drive, reverse, neutral, kind of, you're done, all right? What type of rider you are. Ryker RT Spyder 20 Plus, it's a bus. F3, it's a different, Limited and F3s, different style of riding. And Ryker, it's a complete different ball game, okay? So style of rider you are. Would you like to ride 2 up or 1? You would like to just 1 up as a rider only. Very important question. And how often you will ride like that, okay? And last not least, how often will you ride? Are you urban rider? Maybe a little bit of suburbs? Or would you like to go for 2 weeks into Montenegro like we will do on toursont3.com, and there are still free places available, and this bike as well. A little bit of promo. Best tour and rental agency in the world. Ryker's Spyder F3 Limited, toursont3.com. So what type of roads are you willing to take? Journeys, So let me go bike by bike. We don't have RT20 Plus here, and I will tell you, you will understand why it is not here. Ryker. Okay. What's Ryker? And again, this is nothing like it's written by BRP, what's the Ryker meant to be. From my understanding, being around Can-Am since 2015 very heavily, for me Ryker, it should attract masses, urban riding with a little bit of suburbs, weekend riding with a lot of options to customize that can actually financially ruin you, which is great because I have the largest European shop for Can-Am Spyder and Ryker aftermarket parts and OEM parts. But yeah, be careful about that. And also it can allow you to travel on longer distances even for a week. As I told you, we are taking this bike to Montenegro for 8 days. It's not a problem, but we have condition not to up. It's just simply not meant to or built for that, okay? So the key characteristics or benefits of this bike. For me, it's important that you sit inside of the bike. So that gives you a little bit of the kind of different style, different position, different type of riding, enjoying the road more. And on the other hand, you don't have gear changes. So to go on twisty road and hit it hard. So for me, this bike, it's not really something that I would enjoy in the long run, okay? Key benefit of this is it's super easy modifiable. So you can be having the max mount and second seat, you can be just having 1 seat. You can have a side bag on the side, which is the only 36 liters you can officially like put on the bike, okay? You can put some dry bags, and I have seen even putting 3 bags on this bloody tiny little bike, but that's something that this bike was never built for. The shocks are not so strong, the bike is not so powerful, so putting cruise control on models up to 2021, it's suicide because CVT was not built for that. So respect, the bike was built for a couple of days of riding, mostly urban and suburbs and weekend rides. 1 up, not really 2 up. And also respect that 600 and 900, whatever edition you're buying, it's basically in core the same bike, just the engine is a little bit different and shocks. So what I'm trying to say, respect that it's a cheap ass bike. The plastics, the quality around, power steering is not that powerful, you know. So it has benefits, definitely. I like the bike, it's fun. But also one very important downside, in case you are a rider that likes to go around the corners faster, this is not the bike. You can do whatever. You can throw a lot of money. Unless you will be able to trick the nanny and the angle sensor, the bike will start to fight with you. And I'm sitting like this when I'm going around the corners with this bike, and still the bike is fighting me, braking one wheel or the other, and you can do whatever. It's a little bit better on 900 basic, but you can do whatever, and it has this kind of limits. There is a tiny gap. Well, actually there is a significant gap, but there is a gap between Ryker and Spyder. And I told you, have a look how much money you are willing to pay at the beginning and what you would like to buy, because you can very easily spend more money on Ryker than on F3 basic with tiny options. F3 basic, F3s, F3s special series. For me, this is the bike that suits me. Suits me money-wise, suits me what it has to offer to me, what type of rider I am, what the roads I'm taking, the style, the look, and going around the corners, and the sound. F3s, it's the most aggressive, or special series, or F3, like the basic, not the touring version, it's the most aggressive looking bike you can get. It's the most joyful in terms of like speeding around corners, because it's not that heavy as F3-T, definitely not like RT, and it has, the sensors are set up in the way that if the bike trusts you, and if you trust the bike, you can go only on two wheels with one wheel up. You can drift around the corners, you can be nuts in the rainy conditions. So it's everything there. This is the bike that you can modify mostly towards sporty look. This bike gives you enough room in case you will sacrifice a little bit in terms of the look, so you can go for longer roads by yourself. So one up, longer roads, two 36-liter bags, heavy ass exhaust and sound like that Godzilla is trying to escape, because you can modify it this way and it suits this bike. You can go with the basic windshield, but again, don't, like, this bike was not built for big ass windshield that makes the bike ugly, okay? But do whatever. But this bike is the most sporty one. Yes, I can go on 8-day trip to, again, to Montenegro, or a 5-day trip to Slovakia that we'll do in August, or you know, 6-day trip to Grossglockner. I'm just naming you all the trips you can find on tourzone3.com, and I'll be all fine. If you are two up, you will need to significantly invest. That means the ladies like to carry a lot of luggage with them, so most probably you will be needed to put a back top case on it. And then for me it's a no-no, because it looks ugly, it's not very easy to remove it. If so, you will need to change the rear shock, because rear shock, BRP sells 2 up, but it's garbage. So all of these things you have to count. And again, I'm going to the point where you have to understand that there is a tiny difference between F3, F3s, F3s Special Series and F3-T model, okay? So for me, respect that this is the sportiest version you can get, good for one up, even for long trips, great for showing up with a loud exhaust and chopper style of bike. But in case you like a comfort and you are more 2 up, I think you should wait for F3-T and higher models. So F3-T limited or limited special series. This is limited special series, and I did a review about it, honest review with my inputs, like what I like and what I don't after riding more than 100k with with 100,000 kilometers with Can-Am on road vehicles, and the video is on MartinTheVlogger.com. So F3-T, for me, this bike is still not for me. It's not for me because I like the music. I'm getting into an age, I thought that's never gonna happen, but I'm getting into an age that I like to listen to the music and not ride so fast, maybe because I have kids. And if we will have a little bit more time with my wife to travel together, this will be the bike for me, because this bike is definitely built for, I don't want to say for cities, but also for cities it's okay, but really for touring on the longer roads, on a day tours or weekend bikes, weekend rides. It's just not the bike that I can fight another motorbikers in terms of speed and cornering on the road, in case you know what I'm trying to say. So this bike is great. The only thing that actually would not suit me is the big ass case and the back, which it's solvable by removing the top case. That's all fine. The only another thing that would worry me tiny bit, and actually I went for that thing, is the compressor inside, because that's one thing that can go wrong. But on other like kind of style, kind of like thinking, this bike is the most versatile bike at the moment what Can-Am has to offer for me. In case you like really like riding for weekend, unless you don't want to go bus way, so really buying a RT20 plus, this bike has it. It's everything in there. Good music, comfort, looking sharp, still not the bus like RT20 plus, so you can go around the corners a little bit faster, not as fast as with F3s, but it's good bike, okay? As I said many times in this video, respect what this bike is about. You have windshield, it's a little bit bigger, it's not that sporty looking, and it's more towards touring and a little bit more towards comfort. So respect it, and in case you do, this is one hell of a good bike. Now, it's getting darker here. The last point is, and again, and beyond that budget question, have a look what is there to offer in terms of F3 Limited or T or Special Series, because be careful, T do not have automatic air suspension at the back, only Limited and Limited Special Series, and that's a big thing. Not to go on a gas station and fill up the air tank at the back. However, with the RT, which looks like Fiat Multipla a little bit to me, there is a very, I think the Special Series are more expensive than the basic RT. But you will not have the top case. The RT is really big bus. To the RT, in case you would like to get into the riding specs as a basic F3-T, you will never get there in terms of acceleration. Like, many people don't want to understand it. Just if you buy an RT, you cannot expect that it will accelerate same way as F3. It's just not there. And especially with the RT20 plus, what the BRP did to that bike, they really calmed the engine down, and it's not possible. Apart from, you can do something with the pedal box that we have, but it's very limiting. So be careful about that. And into RT, you will need to throw a lot of money. Front suspension, sway bar, and then go on. And in case you would like to go in the configuration with the top case and stuff, we are talking $36,000 in a RT20 plus. However, if you're riding two up, if you're going for long roads, if you don't want to sacrifice anything in terms of comfort. That's something that F3-T can give you a plenty, but not as much as RT20 Plus. For instance, you have set up on the windshield. Okay, you can raise it and lower it. In this case, you just buy one and you can replace it, but you can never lower it and increase it. Okay, you can have a heated seats on RT20 Plus. You cannot have as a stock in here heated seats. Okay, and different things like that that can make a decision pretty hard. Guys, hopefully, I just hope this kind of video can help you to make better decisions. As I told you, in case this is not enough, feel free to get in touch with me. In case you would like to experience tours on like Europe on 3 wheels, MartinTheVlogger.com, and there are my contact details, or tourson3.com. That bike is not for rent, but that one it's there, and it's gonna be 2 of them from the June. We have a lot of adventure tours, we have self-guided tours, and we have tours with me. So plenty of options. Thank you very much for watching, and remember, make a wise decision because it can cost you a lot if you do it wrong. And always have fun.